What is up? Welcome into yet another edition of Benstant Reaction. An instant reaction to USA, South Sudan, as USA just clings on to life in a win. But before we get there, we appreciate you listening. We appreciate you watching, whether it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or for free on the iHeartRadio app, where you're putting a face to the voice. And you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate that as well. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about the Ben Garcia Show. They might like the Ben Garcia Show. They might like Benstant Reaction. This isn't a full show, just an instant Benstant reaction to what just happened with USA and South Sudan. And I'll make it quick, I'll make it brief, but this game really had me thinking. You know, it's not that big of a deal, right? USA comes out a little flat. They are 42-point favorites to South Sudan. I can't blame them for coming out a little flat. It's their fourth tune-up exhibition game. I'm 0% worried about USA's chances of winning the gold medal. They're going to win the gold medal. Now, I've been skeptical before, and I've said, hey, you know, this USA team, you know, it is a different group of cast members. It's a different type of NBA. It's a different type of player in the game of basketball. But I still think it's going to work. And, you know, to carry on the topics I've talked about, what happens if USA doesn't win the gold medal? What does it do for Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry's legacy? What does it say about the legacies of the 2010s, the 2020s, who were anchored by that big three of KD, Stephen Curry, and LeBron James? Now, here is my just genuine reaction to the game. USA's clearly got to be better. They've got to be ready. They've got to be ready to play. But again, it's an exhibition game. What do you expect? It didn't count towards anything. And when they needed to flip a switch, they flipped a switch and beat South Sudan. This was my biggest takeaway from the game. This was my biggest takeaway from what I watched against USA and South Sudan. It's not that USA barely won the game. I get it. We've talked about it already. USA's the better team. Not worried about them not winning the gold medal. Came out flat-footed. It's simply this. On a team filled with Stephen Curry, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Bam Adebayo, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, an insert star or superstar level player here, still at 39 years old, LeBron James was asked to carry them, was asked to save them. And save them he did. LeBron James continues to show his dominance at 39 years old. At this point, if you are still a Michael Jordan fanboy and you want to wave around the 6-for-6 flag, you go ahead and do so. Longevity, career, statistics, they all lean LeBron James. Now, you might be a Michael Jordan's peak was better. 3-for-3, 3-for-3 again in the finals, 6-for-6 overall with those 2 three-peats. I get it. I get it. Michael Jordan's peak was admirable, amazing, every adjective you can add. It was fantastic. It was once in a lifetime how dominant Michael Jordan was and how popular he was. But LeBron James, at 39 years old, in a team filled with Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant's there but not there yet, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, an insert again star or superstar player on this team. They were asked to be carried by LeBron James. Even with it being just a regular exhibition game, didn't matter for anything, LeBron James was still asked to carry the torch and be the guy that leads this team to the gold medal. So anyone that's been saying, well, this could be Steph Curry's team, first time in the Olympics, a little bit younger, more in his prime than LeBron or KD, or this could be KD's team. KD, the guy that 3 Olympic gold medals, leads the USA statistics in like every category in USA basketball. Anthony Edwards, the new face of the NBA, human highlight reel, and demands the damn basketball. Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, the defensive anchor, you name it. It all roads lead back to LeBron James. LeBron James in 23 minutes, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 9 for 13 from the field, 2 for 3 from three-point with the game-winning bucket. So anyone that tells you that this team is Steph Curry's or it's Kevin Durant's or it's Anthony Edwards or, Steph Curry, it's his first time as an Olympian, he's a little bit more in his prime, or Kevin Durant owns every statistical record in USA basketball, 3 gold medals, and Anthony Edwards, the face of the NBA, the new hungry guy, and the guy who demands the damn rock in his hand as often as he can get it, the alpha male Anthony Edwards, all of that is fine and dandy, but all roads lead back to LeBron James. This team goes as LeBron James goes. Because maybe not for a full 40 minutes, or in the NBA, a full 48 minutes, can LeBron James be the best basketball player on the floor still at 39 years old? If you need him for a 23-minute stretch at 39 years old, he is still capable of being the alpha male, dominant defensively and offensively basketball player on the floor. That's what LeBron James does, still at 39. And I still feel like LeBron James is still a little underappreciated. You are watching absolute greatness. And anyone that says, tries to diminish what LeBron James did. He beat South Sudan by 1 point. Whatever. Steph Curry didn't do that. Anthony Edwards didn't do that. They turtle-shelled. Devin Booker didn't do that. Bam Adebayo didn't do that. Anthony Edwards didn't do that. Joel Embiid didn't do that. Those players turtle-shelled. They ran back to the huddle and said, LeBron James, save us, save us. That's what happened. That's the greatness of LeBron James. That, maybe now he's not the best basketball player in the NBA. Maybe he's not a top 5 basketball player in the NBA anymore. I'll level with you on that. But he has still been the most dominant player in NBA history. The best player in NBA history. And I'm not so sure what the argument is anymore. Michael Jordan at 39 years old isn't putting a team full of a bunch of Hall of Famers on his back and says, we're going to avoid the worst loss in United States sports history. Not just basketball. That would have been the worst loss in United States history. Would have been up there with the Trinidad and Tobago debacle in USA Soccer when they lost and didn't clinch a spot in the World Cup. That's how bad it would have been. But to avoid all embarrassment on a team filled with stars and superstars, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo, Joel Embiid, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, they asked for LeBron James to save them. And save them he did. Because still for stretches, and in a 23-minute period for LeBron James, and in small spurts, and in this case in 23 minutes, he can still be the greatest basketball player in the world. Steve Kerr, in the final possession of the game, looked around in his huddle and saw Steph Curry, his own player Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, stars, superstars everywhere, and looked around at the nearly 40-year-old LeBron James and said, you save us. You put the team on the back. You save us from sports history embarrassment, even if it was just an exhibition game. Steve Kerr looked around that huddle. He looked around. This being Steve Kerr, a basketball coaching legend, looked around in that huddle, saw his own player, Steph Curry, said, no. Anthony Edwards faced the NBA, no. Devin Booker, no. Bam Adebayo, no. Anthony Davis, no. Joel Embiid, we're good. Hey, LeBron, nearly 40-year-old LeBron, save us. That is the greatest player of all time. It doesn't matter the scenario in which he did it. The fact is that on a team full of Hall of Famers, LeBron James still stands out from all of them at being nearly 40 years old. He's still capable of being the best player in the NBA. In spurts. In spurts, he's still capable of being the best player in the NBA. That's what LeBron James can do at 40 years old. It still feels like his greatness is underappreciated. But that's what I got from this USA basketball team. Not worries, not thoughts that they're not going to win the gold medal, not what are they going to do now. My one and only thought is, wow, LeBron James is still dominant and is still making a case to be the greatest player of all time. And in a crowd of stars and superstars on his team, younger superstars, they asked LeBron James to carry them, and carry them he did.